Okay. Hey, what's up, everybody? Good to see you. I'm Stefan, and this is the White Dog Tarot. We're going to be doing some readings today. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Nice and sunny out today. Not too warm, but apparently this has been like such a not warm summer here on the island. Which is a little bit confounding because the rest of the world is like boiling hot from global warming. So hopefully winter is not too brutal here. But it's sunny out. There's birds flying around in here. So, hey Karina. And you guys ready for this? I got like 9 hours of sleep last night, so how are you today? Where am I right now? Like, can you be more specific? Geographically or specifically location-wise? Oh, like where are you? Like, am I eating somewhere? Well, I'm not eating. I'm inside. It's like a coffee shop, and there's some stores inside too. I like to stream here because there's really beautiful natural light, and there's always birds, and there's a lot of really nice plants in here. So I'd prefer it if they didn't have music on, but what about you? Where are you? And I think you're new here. Where are you from? Sitting in your room, all right. Hey, Waleed. This is not a French restaurant. What's up, Anna? What's up with you? Hey, Brooke. Hello from the UK. Cool. Hello from the Åland Islands. What's for breakfast, Tango? Tango, it's like 5:40 p.m. here for me. So, Australia. Hey, Annie. You know what, guys? You know one of my favorite things about doing this show is that all of us are geographically so far away from each other. It's kind of beautiful. Hey, Anonymous. Do I smoke pot? Occasionally, but not really. Not anymore. I speak in terms and conditions. I like that. I don't think so. There's nothing with me is ever conditional. Hey, Izzy. Nice to meet you. Karina, I'm from the States. Most recently, I was living in New York in the Hudson Valley, which is right outside New York City. But currently I'm in the Åland Islands, which is an archipelago. It's in the Baltic Sea. So Hey, Amanda. Thank you, Jose. Oh, cool, Jeffrey. I love Lake George. That's pretty close to me. Jeffrey, I used to live in Hudson, New York. Yeah, Amanda, that was a little strange, huh? You know, Anonymous, you said I look like I work in sales. You know, Anonymous, I'm actually gonna give you a little bit of props here, okay? You know why? Because for the better part of my entire time doing this, people show up here and they make a lot of uninformed assumptions about me. And I'm gonna say 98% of the time, they are so completely off about me. But you, my friend, were actually correct. Before I did this, I was in tech sales, and I was in the automotive industry. So at one point, I used to be in sales, not anymore. You know why? I actually found it kind of reprehensible, the idea of having to sell products, especially things that I don't think make people happier or more whole. So, hey, Devin. Great to see you as well. Oh, thanks, Braley. I don't really have a schedule. I actually find that when I try to create schedules for streaming, I inevitably disappoint myself and others. I kind of like to just do it when I'm just feeling it. Hey, Sue, that is absolutely my dog. Amanda, how are you? Did you get some food? Lisa, great to see you. Lisa, guess what? Amanda and I were actually in, we went to the States last week. We were in New Jersey in Ocean Grove. I should have reached out to you. We were pretty close to you. You're happy school is back? Cool. We had a great time, Lisa. Amanda's never been to the States before. She really liked Ocean Grove. Sue, I don't live in the States. And that's not a weird question at all. I live in the Åland Islands. Yeah, it was really nice, Lisa. We had a great time. Hey, Rez. And yeah, I'm Stefan for everybody new. Thanks for finding my show. You know, Lisa, or Sanchan, sorry, I like to call people by their first names, not their usernames. You know, I've actually known her for a very long time. Sanchan, believe it or not, she's probably one of my oldest subscribers that still says hi to me. So, hey, Johnny. Johnny, thanks for that email with that photo of Indy. That was really nice. How did you do that? Did you do that on the computer? It was beautiful. Hey, Mira. Mira, you're in Helsinki. Mira, we're an 11-hour ferry ride away from each other. Hey, TJ. Mira, I had, do you guys want to hear a quick story? It's like, maybe it's a little bit inappropriate, but what else would you expect from me? Mira, I had the funniest interaction with my cab driver in Helsinki. It was just it was almost, It was just hilarious. I almost couldn't believe it. When I took a flight with my dog over to Helsinki, I got in a cab at the airport with my dog, and he was gonna take me to the ship, to the ferry, so I could get a ferry ride over here. And I think he was a foreigner. I think he said he was from Afghanistan. And he, it was my first time there, and I was asking him questions, and I was like, oh, like, how do you like Finland? And again, this is not supposed to be an indictment on Finland, because I think Finland's wonderful. He's like, oh, I don't really like it here. He goes, it's really racist. I go, really? I go, that's really surprising to, and again, this is his perspective, not the perspective. He goes, yeah, it's really racist. They don't really like people who are like foreigners or from other countries. And I was like, oh, wow, like, that's really surprising. How long have you been here? He's like, oh, like 20 years. And I was like, okay, interesting. And then there's a pause. I swear to God, he said this. Right after, he just tried to tell me that it's, like, he felt like it was racist there. He goes, where are you from? And I go, New York. He goes, oh. He goes, do you think there's too many of any type of people in New York? He goes, are there too many of any type of people in New York? I go, yes, actually, white people. Because I couldn't help myself. You know what, Matt? I don't think he was. This was not a test. This was like deeply imbued binary thinking. Like, this guy, there was no test here. He was a cab driver. It was just like the irony of what he asked me was hilarious. You don't think it's ironic? I think that's the definition of irony. I can't perform a relative assessment of his intelligence level. That would be... I mean, I spent 30 minutes with him. Yeah, Matt? Matt, funny you should say that, because I'm not even ashamed of this. On my ride over here, I had my Spotify on shuffle, and wouldn't you know, one of the songs from Alanis Morissette, Jagged Little Pill, popped up on my playlist, and I did listen to it. Hey, TJ, yeah, it's really beautiful in here. There's a lot of really wonderful natural light. I wouldn't have minded if they didn't have music playing, but I'm not a big fan of the music. You know why I don't think it was a test, Matt? Because when I said that, he didn't laugh. I don't think he got it. Shut the fuck up, Matt. No, you didn't. Did you really? That's awesome. You know, Matt, I used to live in North Carolina. I lived in Greensboro a million years ago. Literally a million years ago. But that's really cool. I like her. I think she's a pretty cool chick. And she writes her own song. I mean, it's a 90s artist. Hey, Georgia? Is that your name? I do tarot cards. You're here to invite me to your restaurant in India. Well, I'm honored. I would love to go to India. I keep waiting for a formal job offer to do some traveling there. Oh, Georgia. Well, my live show is always pay what you can. So, I don't have a set price. You know, if you'd like to donate a little bit, I'd be happy to pull cards for you here. But if you're asking about a private reading, I offer half-hour private readings for $40 and hour readings for $70. And you can email me if you're interested in that. My email is in all my video descriptions. It's thewhitedogtarot@gmail.com. Likewise, Matt. I look AI? Do I really? Georgia, I'm not in the US, hon. But I can do a private reading with you through FaceTime. So, you don't have to wait to see me in person. Probably, Whisperer. You're a tattoo artist? Wow. Very cool, Georgia. Georgia, can you connect with me on Instagram so I can see some of your stuff? I think I'm warming up to the idea of a new tattoo. It's been a while, so. I'm not really sure how to answer that. What do my tattoos mean? Are you asking me to generalize each individual tattoo and experience to one meaning? Well, I can tell you, because I'm not really sure how to answer that, but to me, I think as somebody in my 20s who used to be extremely self-destructive and kind of addicted to pain, I actually found tattoos to be an extremely helpful kind of, I'm gonna say, meditative experience for me, because it's one of the few moments where you're forced to sit still and just you know, experienced lots of pain and learned to process it. So, and I also found it to be a lot more productive and healthy for me to get a tattoo than to like wake up with like a missing tooth and a black eye. I will also tell you on a side note, since I am newly 38 years old, I have found, sadly, that much of my 20s has become somewhat blurry. And you know what? For a while, I thought it was just because of a very longly induced amount of substances. But you know what? I'm 38 and I haven't done drugs for a long time. Time just goes by quickly. And we tend to, I think, only remember fleeting moments of certain times in our life. And I've noticed that, you know, as I get older and dementia inevitably begins to creep in, I know that I can look at any tattoo that I have and remember the where and the when. And it's kind of almost like, in some ways, like a map of my life. Well, looks can be deceiving. I don't think I look 24. But if you say so, must be from all the trauma. You have a sensitive question, am I straight? I am straight. You thought I was 50? That's fair. I'm actually 150. Thanks, Pog Whisperer. I'm not a witch. More of a problem solver. What do tarot cards help with? It's my perspective that tarot helps us, I think, uncover deeper parts of ourselves, confirm things that we may not want to see. And I think it can help us, I think, self-actualize so we can be happier and live, I'm going to say, more true versions of our life and ourselves. So what I don't think it's used for are no contact readings and to find out how some piece of shit X feels about you. I don't think tarot is used for that at all. And I'm a little bit concerned that that's what it seems like it's been reduced to by a lot of the YouTube shows I've watched. Any advice, Vampires of Tomorrow, for... well, you know what? My advice to you is not everyone is even lucky enough to feel heartbreak, you know? I mean, it's one of the most raw, real feelings you can have. It's kind of beautiful in some dark way, you know? Ask yourself what you learned about yourself through it. Because to me, I think heartbreak generally accompanies with a feeling of like we picked wrong. You know? But just remember, there's no love without heartbreak. There's no happiness without sadness. You know, you can't have one without the other. So agree to it. Agree to learn about yourself. Ask yourself if you're repeating mistakes with the same cutouts of the same type of people, and why. Hey, Audrey. But, you know, not every person is the same. Can tarot help procrastination? I don't think so. Maybe I can help you, because I'm like a champion procrastinator. I have a really, really severe hyperactive disorder, if many of you have not picked that up already. And people who procrastinate and have ADHD tend to only be able to solve problems and work hard when there's some level of like existentialism to it. Like you need some sort of challenge. I do my best work when I'm up against the wall. But what I would tell you is, for procrastinating, my experience is once you get over that hump of just starting, it actually flows quite easily. It's usually just that start. Ritalin? They don't make Ritalin anymore. Do they? Guys, do they even make Ritalin? I don't think they do. I used to take that when I was a little boy, but I don't think they even prescribe that anymore. I actually read that, you're fucking with me. I actually read that young kids in the 90s who were prescribed Ritalin, like, and I'm just going off of what I read, like this is like a real numbers thing. Young kids who were prescribed Ritalin, because they don't offer it anymore, have a much higher proclivity to grow up with like substance abuse problems, cigarette smoking. I'm not a Christian. I would say I subscribe more to the idea of pluralism than monotheism. Vegetarian and everything. No, Dua, I just answered your question. Did you not hear what I just said? I said that I subscribe more to the idea of pluralism. I look like I can be a Marvel character? Guys, why does everybody keep saying that to me? Is it just because I'm white and relatively young? Hey, Cupcake. Hey, Mary. Well, we got a lot of people here today. My hairstyle has Marvel vibe. I actually cut my own hair. To be honest, guys, I have no clue how the back looks. I kind of just use my intuition. I have no idea how the back looks. I think it's a little bit longer. Thank you, Grievance. Speaking of hair, do you guys want to hear a dark secret? Do you guys want to hear a dark secret? I'm going to be very vulnerable for a minute. I've shared this once before on another show. Are you guys ready for this? So, it came to my attention somewhat recently that for like an unspecified period of time, I've actually been using my girlfriend's Cocker Spaniel's shampoo and conditioner in the shower because the packaging looked so classy. It's like just this really, it's like this white unmarked shampoo and conditioner in black. Yeah, I've been using my girlfriend's Cocker Spaniel's shampoo and conditioner. I gotta tell you, I really feel like I lost my luster when I stopped using it, but apparently we have the same hair. It's like dark brown and wavy. Thank you, Henry. Well, you know what, Henry? I respect everyone's belief systems. That's part of the foundation of my show. You know, none of us ultimately know. That's, I get right, that's belief, right? Definition of belief. It's accepting something to be true, absent of proof, right? But I will tell you, I tend to feel quite negative about certain religions where there's like a lot of like built-in, deep-rooted like misogyny. And I guess this idea of like tribalism regarding us versus them, you know, I'm right, you're wrong. So, but I don't think that's specific to Islam, Muslim. I think many religions do that, and I find it pretty noxious and corrosive. Have I ever studied Islam? I have not. It's actually one of the few religions I haven't read a great deal about. I mean, I've read a lot about Christianity. I've read a lot about Jesus. I've read a lot about Judaism, Buddhism, which I think there's a lot of principles I identify with in that. I mean, a million years ago, maybe 20 years ago, I went to Israel. You know, I like put my hands on the Western Wall. But, you know, I'm open to a more pluralistic approach when it comes to belief systems. And if everybody's not familiar with what that means, pluralism is the idea that we can integrate multiple beliefs, religions, ideas. You know what, Bandito Gaming? The Western Wall this is not my perspective. This is what it's viewed as an extremely holy place for Jews, Christians, and Muslims. And Israel has, Jerusalem, there's a Muslim area, a Christian area, and a Jewish area. Is this autism? Perhaps. Some offshoot of neurodivergent. Hinduism, what's your opinion on it? I actually don't know too much about it. It seems very interesting. I actually have read that the earliest form of tarot originated actually in India. I love reading about Greek mythology. Love it. I think it's fascinating. I think it's truly fascinating. Greek mythology and Norse mythology, which is kind of the area that I live in. It's incredible. And I also find it, and I'm not making an opinion, I just find it very interesting that we read, well, not we, you know, people will read about the Bible, which was, you know, what, 2,000 years old, maybe a little less, and take every line as gospel, no pun intended. But you read about, like, deeply rooted cultures in, like, Norse mythology of things that they recorded that they write as like an account of what happened, and a lot of it almost seems like fantastical, like fiction, and we completely discredit a lot of the things that some of these other cultures I've read. Anybody know about the ancient astronaut theory? How does it feel to know that we're ruled by gangs of criminals? Feels terrible. You said astronauts aren't real. Okay. Well, that's not what I meant. I think you misunderstood. The ancient astronaut theory is this idea that some of these gods that you read about in really old, I guess, like dug up history, you read about people on Earth that interacted with what they described as gods. Ancient astronaut theory speaks to those being actually advanced life from another planet visiting them, and for people from hundreds or thousands of years ago who had a much more crude idea of life, of just things in general, they viewed those people as gods. So it's just a theory, but it's interesting. Active chat today. TJ, you see what I mean? Yesterday there was only like 12 people. And yeah, everybody, I'm Stefan. Thanks for finding my weird show. Or I guess I should say, I'm glad that I found you. So please feel free to subscribe. And if anybody would like to connect off air for a private reading, please feel free to email me. I also offer a lot more than just tarot. To me, tarot is kind of like, I look at it as our last branch before you hit the proverbial ground. You know, I offer career help, relationship help. Before I decided to do this, I was a reasonably successful career. How do I want to describe myself? I spent most of my life in a suit and tie, managing a tech company. And before that, I was in the automotive industry. So if you ever need help with your resume, anything like that, I also offer career help, relationship help, whatever you need help with. So thank you, Johnny. Johnny was kind enough to post my contact info. I'll pin it. Am I retired? Oh, not yet. You need help fixing your life, Amanda? Thanks, Nan. Thank you, MUI, Goku. Hey, Angela. Tarot's not witchcraft, Trives. I don't know what gave you that idea. Tarot is an extension of our higher consciousness and intuition. Does that mean it can't be used for bad? Of course not. It's just a tool. Just like the Bible, right? Just like a knife, right? You can cut bread with a knife or you can cut flesh. So, Motor City. The Bible says that it's evil. Of course it does. Well, just so you guys know, tarot is only about 200 years old. So the Bible could not possibly speak about tarot because tarot didn't exist yet. And the Bible, to me, well, one, Jesus didn't write the Bible. A bunch of white guys did. And, you know, if we're gonna listen to like really old anachronistic writings, I think that's a really narrow-minded way to approach life. Numerology. I love numerology. You know what? Thank you for actually reminding me. I'm going to go to the library after this, and I'm going to get a numerology book. You said numerology is connected to the Bible? I don't doubt it. I mean, guys, to me, numbers are the only truth. You know, math is the one eternal truth, right? I mean, it's how we quantify truth from not truth. You know, we base everything on it. It's also why I think tarot is so fascinating. Once you start kind of digging into, you know, truth from a statistical probability perspective. Thanks, Colin. Maybe I should pin that. You know, Johnny, I'm actually going to pin that instead. Well, tarot is actually connected to all religions. Does everybody know about the origin of tarot? It's quite interesting. Does everybody know about the group that was really into creating tarot? Does everybody know about that in England? Can anybody share what the name of that group was? I'll let somebody look it up. Not the Masons. The Order of the... Yes, that's correct, Pigeon. Hermetic Dawn. Thank you, Chris. You know, one of the things I read about them, Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn. Thank you, Christine. One thing that I read about them that I thought was interesting, because if you guys look at a lot of the cards, there's integration of all religions into it. And one thing that they believed was that there is not a heaven and hell. Whatever, and again, I'm just telling you what one of the things they thought. I'm not telling you my personal opinion. They thought that the person or the entity that creates and destroys was actually one and the same, you know? There's no light and dark. It's one inherent entity or being. You guys actually want to hear something pretty cool? Fascinating. One of my best and oldest friends, his name is Alec. I've been friends with him since I was in 3rd grade. His family is like millionth generation, like Christian Huguenot. Like all of his family is from England. He told me this somewhat recently. One of his extended ancestral trees, like his distant relatives, was fucking Pamela Coleman Smith, the illustrator of the tarot deck, is a distant relative of his. How crazy is that? Well, you know what, tribes? First of all, it's nice to meet you. And I appreciate you still being here, because clearly you don't like tarot. I can understand your doubt, but what if I told you that it significantly helped me in my life? It helped me, I feel like, become a better version of myself. What I would also share with you, I guess with respect to your comment, is that I don't think anybody necessarily needs this. You know, one of the first things you learn is, wow, that was weird. Sorry, I just felt something strange. We have all the answers already. You know, I don't think anybody necessarily needs tarot to live a better life. How would you know it hasn't done anything for me? You don't even know me, man. You don't know anything about me. You've known me for what, like 30 minutes? I mean, do you want me to make a bunch of judgments and assumptions about you through this 20-minute interaction? I don't know anything about you. So, how could you possibly know? Oh, you don't have to block him, Johnny. I thought he was being fine. Let's unblock him. Yeah, he wasn't being disrespectful. Okay. Yeah, you shouldn't have blocked him. Again, we block people who are being overtly racist, taking up way too much fucking oxygen, or harassing other people in this chat, okay? We're not here to block people. We like to give people chances, so. Hey, Chris. You know, Chris, I agree with you. I think it's a huge problem, and I think there's a lot of exploitation and profiting off of people's pain in the tarot community, and I'm completely against it. It's one reason why my show is free. And it's one reason I try and actually help people work through problems without cards first, rather than placate somebody or promise them they're going to fall in love or win money, which seems to be a reoccurring theme with a lot of the channels. So I do agree, and I understand I have my work cut out for me because my personal convictions, especially when using this, I would say are atypical. So my hope is to be the exception. But you're not wrong. You know what? It did. So, Shay, what I read, and this is all theoretical, because that's kind of one of the interesting mysteries of tarot. Nobody can really pinpoint the origin. What I read is that something like a rudimentary version of it began in India, and it slowly moved to Egypt. And then from there, like with migration, it finally landed in England and it was used as like playing cards at first. Johnny, come on, don't do that. It's fine, dude. It's all good, man. No worries. Johnny, I'm not mad at you. Johnny, it's okay, man. I love you, dude. I'm not mad at you. I put a lot on your shoulders as the moderator. It's okay. Okay. Guys, please be nice to each other. I sound weird. No offense taken. Isaac, como vai? Como vai? How's everything going with your wife, man? You know, guys, I had this extremely idealistic hope when I started this channel that I could, at its core, create a space where, you know, all of us, absent of our political beliefs, our religious beliefs, our geographic differences, you know, we could all be here to remind each other that we're not all so different, because that's the truth of it. We're really not all so different. You know, I think we all want the same things at our core. And often, many of us go through the same shit in life, just at different times. You know, we all experience the same loss, the same pain, the same periods of loneliness and happiness, and like questions of our own identity. And so many people think of so many reasons why we have to like separate ourselves from other people, you know? Hey, Lydia. Lydia, I emailed you about a private reading. Thank you, Audrey. Well, I'm not a therapist. I do like to play armchair psychologist occasionally. My stepmom's a therapist, and a wonderful one. And I do try and digest as many books as I can, especially when it comes to psychology therapy. I find them to be quite helpful. Sure, Amanda. Please email me. I'd be happy to make time for you. Yeah, guys, if you would like a private reading, or I'm gonna call them a consultation, because we don't always need tarot or use tarot. My email is thewhitedogtarot@gmail.com. And if you're interested, send me an email, and we can schedule an appointment. I offer half-hour consultations and hour consultations, so all I ask is email me when you're ready to schedule. So and I usually offer it through FaceTime, a couple different ways. We could use Zoom, Instagram, whatever. And I have a couple ways for you to make payment for the consultation, so. Yeah. Chris, thanks for the information, man. You know, I don't think it's really about it being credible, right? I think it was just an ideology when it came to like spirituality. He did have some very unique ideas, I'll give you that. But, you know, credibility is not a word that we tend to use when it comes to religion and spirituality. You know, it's kind of missing the point, you know, so, but it does seem like you're more of a left-brained thinker when it comes to belief systems, which I appreciate, so. Okay. Well, you know what, Chris? To be fair, it seems like you're much more well-read about him than I am, so I'm sure you have some things that you can educate all of us on. My eyes are really big. I haven't heard that before. Audrey, I hope your daughter's doing well, by the way. I am. To be honest, guys, I don't really know what I believe fully. You know, the way I guess the only thing that I can share about it is I'm having a hard time still, or I guess not having a hard time. I don't know how to put all my personal experiences that I've had, and I don't know how to fit them all together. You know, I mean, there's some things that I feel like I have a knowing, a deep sense of knowing about. And to me, difference between knowing and belief is, you know, it's not something that we accept to be true, absent of proof. A knowing is something that we, something that we recognize as truth, generally through lived experiences that leave us absolutely no room for any doubt. You think tarot is for idiots? Well, I guess nothing is 100% provable. That's nice, Christine. I think that's beautiful. You know, there's this really incredible Buddhist teacher, and he was asked in an interview if he was happy, and he said that that's kind of missing the point, because as I mentioned before, you know, there is no happiness without sadness. You know, there is no love without heartbreak. He said to him, it's not about happiness, it's about being at peace. And I think about that a lot too. So, all the power to you, my friend. Hold on, guys, I'm gonna do a quick stretch. Oh. All right, so I'm gonna, you know what? I think I'm gonna do something different today. I'm actually gonna pull a card for Is there anybody with Earth placements as their sun sign? Anybody with an Earth sun sign that's here right now? I'm gonna do something different, I think. Okay, Pigeon. Pigeon, I'm gonna go with you. You said you're Capricorn. What's your name? Where you're from? I'm gonna pull one card for you. I'm gonna pick somebody who's of each element to do. Dia, I'm a Cancer as well. I'm actually a triple water sign. Pigeon, what's your name? Where you from? Don't mind me, guys. I'm just rolling a cigarette. Okay. Thanks, Lydia. Okay. Pigeon, you still here? Jesse from the Midwest. Okay, Jesse. Jesse, let's pull a card for you. And then I'm gonna pull a card for a water sign, and then a fire sign, and then an air sign. Okay. My friend Jesse, the Capricorn. Sure, Lydia. Lydia, when you're ready to officially schedule it, email me. I think I included some info about payment, and then we can put you in my calendar, okay? Okay, my friend Jesse from the Midwest. Jackie, would you mind putting in my email so I could pin it for everybody? Terp, my private readings are half-hour readings for 40, hour readings for 70. Or I guess consultations. I don't usually like to call it readings. Thunder Revolt. I've probably been called Spider-Man somewhere between 50 and 100 times since I've started this show. Okay, Jesse. Jesse, take a deep breath. Focus on something that you're feeling unclear about. This is not a yes or no question, okay? Jesse. My friend Jesse in the Midwest. Can we have one card? What does she need to know regarding her question? Jesse. Okay. I think one, are you single? If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but what I'm seeing is you're holding on to a lot of sadness and grief about some kind of emotional connection that left your life. And I think it really fucked up your sense of confidence about who you are. I think sometimes we focus on what went wrong rather than some other opportunities that are already existing in our energy. You're naturally an independent person. You're fiery, you're passionate. When something excites you, you really pursue it with like a lot of vigor, I'm gonna say. The way that you look at yourself, okay, the way that you look at yourself is not how other people look at you. I think this is what I'm gonna tell you. I think you might be missing out on some or one really fantastic opportunity for something that could really make you happy. Because when it shows up, you're not taking the action to go after it. And I think it's something that you've actually waited for or like kind of manifested. This could be anything, a work opportunity, because I think you're focused on the wrong things. And please, stay out of conflict with people, okay? This is about conflict with no end. Was your friend kind of manipulative? Keep seeing like dark red, orange red hair. I don't know why. Listen, you live and you learn, all right? Clearly that wasn't your friend. Learn the lesson? Red hair, okay. All right. That's what I was seeing. I don't know about your friend, but that's what I'm seeing. I don't know. I think a part of you still feels a little bit fucked up from whoever this ex was. Person was kind of shitty. Have you been thinking about moving or getting married? Maybe that's what this is about. If you've been thinking about moving, you already know the answer. Okay, make sure you're expressing that and talking about that. I hope you're not keeping that to yourself if you're in a connection with somebody. Show me one card for the connection. Okay. All right. I think things have been difficult with your partner. I think part of it, I just want to let you know, Jesse, I think part of some of the burdens in your connection, or the perceived burdens, like the struggle that you both go through together, has absolutely nothing to do with the two of you. I think you carry other people's shit for them. You're like people's emotional Sherpa. Stop carrying everybody's shit, okay? It's creating stress in your connection. That actually looks really beautiful. But listen, I'm telling you, I just got chills. I really think that you might be moving soon if you want it, okay? I'm not here to give bullshit prophetic claims, okay? That's not what I'm here for. What I am here for is to tell you what I see in your energy and to remind you that you have access to it. You have access to this timeline. Should you always be brave enough to fucking go after it? Good things need to be earned. And I see that you're so close. You're a lot closer than you think. So do it with this person. This is soulmate energy, and a lot of fire energy is showing up here. Dude, please don't... Do I know the Stray Kids? All right. Guys, do you know how many times someone has told me that I look like somebody from the Stray Kids? I'm not even Korean. How could that be possible? Is that what you're gonna tell me? I look like somebody from the Stray Kids? I'm not even Korean. I don't know how that's possible. Jesse, make sure you're creating strong roots wherever you move, okay? Drop the baggage. Stop ruminating on all these people that you have chosen to remove from your life. You've done it already. You already did it. So drop it. Okay? There's no closure often that you get from people who fuck you over. The closure is what you gave yourself by distancing yourself from those people. Do you understand the difference? That's what I got for you. You got a lot to look forward to. You know, often we don't really... We tend to forget how close we are to where we want to be because we carry so much baggage that it like obscures our ability to see how close we are to whatever we're trying to work towards. So remember that. And it's great to meet you, Jesse. The Midwest is very lucky to have you. And if you'd like a private reading through FaceTime, you have my email. Can somebody please type my email in the chat so I can pin it? It's the whitedogtarot@gmail.com. It's also at the top of all my video descriptions. Oh shit. Are you guys closing? 7? Damn, they're closing in a few minutes. Thank you, Johnny. See, Johnny? So helpful today. Okay, I'm gonna move outside because they're about to kick us out in a second. We're gonna relocate. I'm gonna do a couple more readings. Okay, next I think we're gonna do water. Is there a water sign here? Anybody a water sign? I'm gonna pick another water sign to do. Guys, I'm just gonna relocate to outside. Okay, Shelby. You're a Pisces? So we're gonna pull a card for you then. How about that? All right, I just have to switch. I'm gonna move outside real quick, guys. Hang tight. All right, let's take a walk. If it's really cold, I might have to cut this short. Oh my gosh. What an adorable dog. Oh my gosh. Okay. You guys see me okay? It's a little bit bright out here. Okay. Okay, Shelby. So I'm gonna pick somebody from each element to do. Shelby, you still here? Okay, Shelby, great to meet you. I'm Stefan, where are you from? Pennsylvania. Okay, cool. Cheryl, hi. Cheryl, I'm not doing general readings. I try to avoid those. Okay, Shelby. Shelby, take a deep breath. I want you to think of something specific that you've been struggling with, okay? Okay. I'm actually doing, I'm doing something different that I've never done. Each element, I'm picking one person randomly who's of that element to pull cards for them. That seemed fun. Okay. All right, Shelby, let me know when you thought of something, and I want you to just focus on it, okay? Okay. Okay, I need one more shuffle for you. Shelby in Pennsylvania. Ooh. Shelby, you thinking about someone? Is that what this is about? Is that what this is about? Yeah, Shelby. Shelby, you know this person's not good for you. Come on. This is all rooted in something sexual. Okay? This a lot of sexual energy in this, for sure. But you know it's not good for you. You know. And you didn't need me for that, but this is your confirmation. No, chosen by grace. I'm not asking you. You know, Shelby, sometimes we need to hear things that we don't want to hear. And I think that's one of the most helpful parts of pulling cards for ourselves, okay? But this feels like there's a lot of passion and sexual energy, a lot of, I'm gonna say obsession too, but you know that it's not good for you. I would try to remove this from your life, or maybe not focus on it. It seems like this needs to be cut out of your life. Sorry, Shelby. I don't know who this is about, but, well, this is about you. I keep seeing there's a white is a rose, white rose significant? Your middle name is Rose? That's hilarious. There you go. No coincidences here. It's actually my grandma's name. Aww. Can't like everybody, right? Yeah. Shelby, take from that what you will. You know what I think? I think when you create distance from whatever that is, I think you'll start seeing it a lot more clearly. Oof, you know what, guys? It's getting kind of cold out here. So I think I'm gonna split. You're welcome, Shelby. I have a hard time channeling if I'm cold. Guys, this was a great show. I was hoping to do maybe 1 or 2 more readings, but I think we'll save them for tomorrow. I'll be back for sure. tomorrow. So subscribe, set your notifications, and if you'd like to set up a consultation off air, private consultation, please email me. It's pinned, and my email is also in my video descriptions on my channel page. And connect with me on Instagram. So, and yeah, I'll see everybody tomorrow. Great show today. This was fun. We had a lot of people here, so. Okay, guys, much love, and I'll see everybody tomorrow. Cheers.